Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Nicholas. It is the most beautiful day in Central Ohio. It's, I believe, 58 degrees right now, but it's supposed to be 70 or 71. I mean, I don't think you can ask for anything better. There's no rain on the forecast today. It's just, it's like a beautiful day to plant, which is what I would like to do. I would like to do some in-ground planting, quite a bit actually. At least that's what I'm thinking I want to do. Or at least that's what I think that I want to get quite a bit in the ground. I want to plant a mixture of stuff that I started in the greenhouse and stuff that I purchased. I just haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do yet, or what I'm going to plant yet, or where it's going to go, honestly. But I feel like that's how it kind of goes with me. I don't really have a plan for, like, I don't grow things or really buy things necessarily for a space in mind. I kind of buy stuff or grow stuff knowing that I'm going to use it and I will find a place. That's kind of how I do it. Maybe that's not the way you should do it, but it's the way I do it and it works. So I probably should gather my thoughts, gather the plants that are possible, have the possibility to be planted, and go from there. So let me get my life together and I'll let you know once that happens. I'm kind of enjoying being in the shade today. Not that it's like hot or anything, but it's just very relaxing. I worked last night and I took a nap when I got home, but I don't feel rested, but I kind of just want to, like, I don't know, have one of those easy breezy days. So I think I've decided what we're going to do. I have some plants that need to go in the secret garden that I'm really excited about. But first, I think I'm going to take a trowel or a stick or something, and I'm gonna kind of carve out the walkway back here so that you guys can see what I'm actually doing instead of just planting in random spaces. And then I'll be able to show you the difference between walking path and planting bed, and then I can show you the plants that we have for them. And then when we get done with this, I do want to pop over to the other side of the greenhouse and plant some stuff that can, it gets more sun over there. So let me show you that as well. This is the secret garden, but I will make it make sense to you in just a second. Once I make the path, like I said. So that's that. And then we will be going over to this flower bed, which gets a little bit more sun. Okay, so now we're on the right side of the greenhouse, and there are some really large trees here, but towards especially the, I would say, middle part to the very end of the day, this bed does get sun. So I have some stuff I started in the greenhouse that I think I'd like to put back here. And also we need to make a decision about the pathway over here as well, because what I've kind of been trying to figure it out, and I think I have, but maybe you guys can help. So I want the pathway to enter this way. It'll go around this tree, and then there would be this big landing area for the table. And at one point I was, and then one point I wasn't, but now I think I'm going to again. Have the path continue over here and come out to the right side. The reason I kind of changed my mind and thought that maybe I didn't want to do that is because, well, let me go around this tree. is because when I put up the chandelier, because I had to do it over the trees that were right here, in order for the table to be centered, it's going to have to get pushed back. So there won't be a natural walkway right here. So then I was thinking maybe I shouldn't even do the walkway out this way, but I think it'll be fine, because if this gets pushed back a little bit and all of this is walking area, I don't think that pathway and that pathway necessarily have to meet. I think that it could just be like, you can enter this way and sit down, or you can enter this way and sit down. So I hope that makes sense. And then just to let you know, that is not my junk pile, because that's like blasphemy. But I do have an idea. I've already ordered this stuff and I'm waiting for it to come. But I'm actually going to do, I don't think it's like fancy, but it'll do the job. So I actually ordered like this 5 foot tall, it's not bamboo, but it's like reed or some kind of like fencing thing. It's not going to be like a structural fence. It's just going to be like a blocking fence. And I think whatever it's going to be is going to look better than what it is now. So the fence actually will go from this tree, and then hopefully I got enough with my measurement, we'll see, to go all the way to this one over here. So it'll like block the whole secret garden off from the neighbors in the back. So that will be happening soon. I just have to wait for that to get here. So let me grab some supplies. I need to do some cleanup of this area, and then we'll draw out the path and grab the plants and get going. Well, it's not the most visible thing, but this is what we've decided. So this whole area is kind of going to be going through a change, just because a lot of the grassy area is actually going to become mulch, so like planting beds. But just to focus on this side right now, the cat house actually was directly in front of where the entrance to the secret garden is, and I just thought that it kind of blocked it and made it hard to get to. So we found the cutest little like nook and decided to put the cat house here, which I think it looks just as cute because it's kind of hidden. And it'll have some more protection, I think, in case the kitties need that, I suppose. But, so you can kind of see it, but the path will be here. So this will be like bark nuggets, so like a brown walking path, and then this is all flower bed, and then that will be black mulch. And then same with over here. So all of this area is now planting area. And I have a couple things that I want to put in there today. And as we continue walking, the path goes around this tree, and then there's like a landing area. So there is the seating area, and then so the path, it doesn't have enough room to go straight back there, so it's just going to be this big like just seating area that's also going to be bark nuggets, and then all of this is going to be mulch, black mulch, and then that's flower bed. And then you can also pick back up on the walkway over here, but I feel like it's more visible the other way, so let me show you. So we were just over there, and this would be another entrance. So it's not a great area because it's right next to the retractable hose reel, but I think it'll be fine actually. But this would be the edge, and I didn't mark this because the path would come out like this, and all of these plants will have to move, which is no big deal. But you could step onto the path, and it goes sorry, all here like that, and then it meets back over there. And then just remember, behind this row of trees will be a fence blocking everything behind it. I mean, I guess there is a little bit of walking area. I mean, you can walk, it's just like not going to be like the clear walking path. All right, this is all the stuff that we're going to plant today. So I will start with the things that I grew in the greenhouse, and all of this stuff either wants like full shade or part shade. So everything should do well back here. The only thing that might be iffy is the columbine, but as I'm about to show you, there where I want to put it, there's some sun there now, so I think it'll be okay, but there's only one way to find out. So I have the Granny's Bonnets columbine. This is probably my favorite looking columbine. I just really like the color and the look of it. And then I also have this Barlowe Mix Columbine that I started in little trays or little cell packs. And then this is a Heuchera. It's a caramel or caramel. I will take the trash bag off. It was in a basket, and the basket had rotted because I left it in it for like 2 years, so it just needs to go into the ground, and it gets really like large. And then I have 2 of these purple Heucheras. These are called Grape Expectations, so full sun to full shade, so they're really versatile. And these get 12 inches tall, 24 inches wide, and zones 4 through 9, and they bloom midsummer. Pair with hardy geraniums, hostas, or foxgloves, and we're putting them with hostas today. And then this is the thing that I'm probably most excited about. These Proven Winners hostas, I've been kind of on the lookout, and these ones I'm like overly excited about. Apparently this is the hosta of the year. This is the Shadowland Diamond Lake, and it wants part shade, 17 inches tall, but you ready to hear how wide? 45 inches wide. That's just amazing. And it's zones 3 through 9, so down to -40. And it wants part shaded shade. I think I already said that. So that's the shade stuff. And all of this is going to go on this side
of the secret garden. If we have time, I might throw some sun-ish stuff over there, but we'll play it by ear and see. So obviously we need to fill in this area quite a lot, but this whole like hillside right here, this little mound that I created, it has stuff everywhere. So there's a fern, hosta, 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 fern, hosta, hosta, fern, hosta, hosta. So that should be like well covered. Maybe something could go up there, but like this whole lower area needs done. And we also have room now because I decided to bring the walkway out farther, because I was going to initially do it this right here. So we can bump some stuff out along the edge. I obviously don't have enough for, you know, everything today, or enough to fill this today, because I do plan on putting a bunch of coleus back here, which is why I grew it from seed. But right here we do have a hosta, some hellebores, and then there's also a hosta right here and there, and there's a fern, that little nub, that's a fern, and then obviously that's a hosta, and then there's another hosta right there. So most of this area is filled up, but there's a couple spots that I need to fill in. Like I need to put something in this vicinity, and then I could also probably put something like right there. So I'm just going to lay out the plants that I have, and we'll see how far we can get with it. And I like the colors together, so I might just focus on one area and do that today, and it just leaves us room to do more later on. So we'll see. Can you guys see these roots coming out the bottom? These are so vigorous. I'm gonna have to cut these cans off. I decided to put them all in one spot, and they look so good. So good. I mean, obviously there's holes that need filled, and I'm really in love with these hostas. I love the color, and they kind of show up really well back here just because they're of like the lighter bluish greenish. I'm hopeful that the Columbine like does well. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 altogether, and hopefully they just make that area look great. And then right along the edge of the path here, I have the Grape Expectations Heucheras. I love it. I love it so much. And I was thinking, I mean, I have some stuff to do, but we're already out here. I already have all the tools out, and the plants, the Verbascum is right there, so we might as well grab a handful of them and put them in that other bed. I mean, it should only take like 5 minutes, so let's go do that real quick. All right, well, we finished those as well. So there's 8 back there. In this bed, it's like the Island of Misfit Toys. It was a bunch of transplants and stuff that I didn't want in other parts of my garden. This area was not, it was kind of just like a throwaway place where I didn't even have like an idea for anything. And then last year I decided I wanted to make a flower bed out of it. So it has just a bunch of, I think those are some kind of daisy or I'm drawing a blank on the name. There's some Nyphophia. There's a bunch of different daylilies, some penstemon, hollyhocks, lilies, Asiatic lilies, which are not my favorite, but whatever. They're back here. I'm not going to throw them away. So what else? There's a hydrangea right here, a big leaf or a macrophylla. There's a bunch of tall garden phlox right there that comes up pretty high. And then there's some Leotris. It's going to be really full this year, which makes me really excited. So I think the shades of Summer Verbascum peeking out in the back is going to be really pretty. And then I really like this like view right here. It doesn't really look the same on camera, but so like the table is now in the correct spot because my mom helped me move it back underneath the chandelier. So then there's like a decent area right here now, and then as you look through underneath the potting area, you can see the area that we just did. And I hope that this is all like starting to make sense to you guys, like the paths that I drew and what will be what, mulch versus bark nuggets and stuff like that. But I think it's really starting to look good, and We have a bunch of coleus and all kinds of stuff to still plant back here. I had a couple things that I knew for sure that I absolutely wanted to do this year. The secret garden is probably like maybe number 1 or number 2, just because I'm back at my greenhouse more than I'm in my house when I'm home, I would say. So it's kind of like just a place that I spend a ton of my time. And in the heat of the summer, when it's miserable, this area back here being in the shade all the time is going to be a really nice reprieve. And yeah, so there's a couple other areas. One that I'll be able to show you soon. It's very exciting. It's finished. I have to just finish like editing it and making it look good for you guys. So you'll be seeing that soon. And we have much more planting to do in the future. So I'm able to start planting things, specifically perennials, that I started in my greenhouse. So I have a ton of those still left to do. And then in like, I don't know, a couple weeks, two weeks maybe, there's a bunch of other stuff that we can start planting that I grew in the greenhouse. And then I've been on the lookout for some like key plants that I've like been wanting for the last couple of years, and I decided I was going to try to find what I could this year, because I don't know, I want them, so that's why, I guess. But we're done with our job, with our project today. I'm loving it, and I cannot wait until the mulch is down and the bark nuggets, because then at that point I feel like anyone who's having trouble seeing the vision, I think will be able to, like, clear as day see it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon. Keep learning and keep growing.